Your mind is not your mind. This is something basic to be remembered. Your mind is an implantation of the society in which you have accidentally been born. If you were born in a Christian home but immediately transferred to a Mohammedan family and brought up by the Mohammedans, you would have not the same mind. You would have a totally different mind that you cannot conceive of. Bertrand Russell, one of the geniuses of our times, tried hard to get rid of the Christian mind, not because it was Christian, but simply because it was given to him by others. He wanted his own fresh outlook about things. He did not want to see things from somebody else's glasses. He wanted to come in contact with reality immediately and directly. He wanted his own mind. So it was not a question of being against the Christian mind. If he had been a Hindu, he would have done the same. If he had been a Mohammedan, he would have done the same. If he had been a communist, he would then also have done the same. The question is whether the mind is your own or implanted by others, because the others implant a mind in you which does not serve you but serves their purposes. Now, in the whole Soviet Union, each child is being brought up with a communist mind. One of my friends, Rahul Sankrityana, was visiting by the Soviet Union. He went to see a school and he asked a small boy, "Do you believe in God?" The small boy looked at him in shock and he said, "At your age, in this century, you ask such a question? In the past, when people were ignorant, they used to believe in God. There is no God. Now this child will believe for his whole life that this is his voice. It is not so. It is the voice of the society, and it serves the purpose of the vested interests of the society. You are prepared by the parents, by the teachers, by the priests, by your educational system to have a certain kind of mind, and your whole life goes on living through that certain kind of mind. That is a borrowed life, and that is why there is so much misery in the world, because nobody is living authentically, nobody is living his own self. He is simply following others' orders implanted in him. Bertrand Russell tried hard and wrote a book, Why I Am Not a Christian. But in a letter to a friend, he wrote, "Although I have written the book, although I do not believe that I am a Christian, I have dropped that mind. Still, deep down, one day I asked myself, who is the greatest man in history? Rationally, I know it is Gautam Buddha, but I could not put Gautam Buddha above Jesus Christ. That day, I felt that all my efforts have been futile. I am still a Christian. I know rationally that Jesus Christ stands no comparison with Gautam Buddha, but it is only rational. Emotionally, sentimentally, I cannot put Gautam Buddha above Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ remains in my unconsciousness, still affecting my attitudes, my approaches, my behavior. The world thinks I am no longer a Christian, but I know it seems difficult to get rid of this mind. They have cultivated it with such acumen, with such craftsmanship, and it is a long process. You never think about it. A man lives at most 75 years, and for 25 years he has to be in schools, colleges, university. One third of his life is devoted to cultivating a certain mind. Bertrand Russell failed because he had no knowledge of how to get rid of it. He was fighting, but groping in the dark. There are absolutely certain methods of meditation which can take you away from the mind, and then it is very easy if you want to drop it. But without first becoming separate from the mind, it is impossible to drop it. who is going to drop whom. But Trent Reznor is fighting with one half of his mind against the other half, and both are Christian. It is impossible, and now it has been proved scientifically. One of the most important scientific contributions is from Delgado. He has found 700 centers in the brain. Each center is capable of containing an immense quantity of knowledge. It is just like a recording, and his experiments are very shocking. He touches a certain center in the brain with an electrode, and the man starts speaking. He takes away the electrode, and the man stops. He puts the electrode back on the same center, and the man starts speaking again from the very beginning. Delgado himself has not been able yet to figure out how the tape gets reversed, because the man always starts from the beginning. Wherever you leave him, no difference. It is not that he starts where you left him. Some automatic process in the mind will be discovered. Some electrode can be implanted in the mind permanently, and it can be controlled from far away by remotes. Delgado exhibited it in Spain in a bullfight. He planted an electrode in the mind of the toughest bull, and he stood in the field showing a red flag. The bull rushed towards him ferociously, and the people almost stopped breathing. The bull is going to kill one of our best geniuses, but they did not know that he had a remote control switch in his pocket, just a small box with a switch. Just when the bull was about to attack from 1 foot away, he pushed the button, and the bull stopped, just frozen. And he did it many times, again and again, and the bull comes with the same ferocity, and again he stopped. Whenever Delgado pushes the button, Delgado says, sooner or later, this discovery can either become a blessing to humanity, or it can become a curse. Every child's mind can be easily implanted with an electrode. You will have very obedient people. You will not have any rebels. You will not have any revolutionaries. But the whole charm of life will be gone. People will be simply vegetables, enslaved scientifically, and they will not know, because the remote control unit may be in the capital, in the hands of the government. It can be useful. Criminals can be prevented. Murderers can be prevented. Thieves can be changed. Rapists can be transformed. But it is dangerous also. Anybody who is in power can make the whole country just a crowd of slaves, and you cannot do anything because you don't know. Delgado's mechanism is scientific, but society has been doing the same by planting ideas. It is an old bullock cart method. It takes so long, 25 years, and it is not foolproof because a few revolutionaries escape, a few rebels are still born, and it is good that there are people who escape from the enslaving structure of the society, because these are the people who have advanced knowledge, who have given all scientific progress, who have changed all superstitions. But the society wants you simply to be a carbon copy, never an original. The strategy to create a mind in you is to go on repeating certain things continuously, and even if a lie is repeated continuously, it starts becoming a truth. You forget that it was a lie in the beginning. Adolf Hitler started lying to the German people that all the misery of their country is because of the Jews. Now, this is such an absurd thing, like somebody saying that all the misery of the country is because of bicycles. So, if we destroy all the bicycles, all the misery will disappear. In fact, the Jews were the backbone of Germany. They had created all the wealth of Germany, and they had no other option nation. So, any nation, wherever they are, was their nation. They had no other alternatives in their minds. They could not betray, and Jews had been doing all the things that any other German was doing for the welfare of the country. But Adolf Hitler, in his autobiography, writes, "It doesn't matter what you say because there is no such thing as truth. Truth is a lie that has been repeated so often that you have forgotten that it is a lie." So, the only difference, according to him, between truth and a lie is that the lie is fresh and truth is old. Otherwise, there is no difference, and he seems to have some insight in it. For example, Christianity, Hinduism, Mohammedanism, these three religions repeat to their children, "There is a God." Jainism, Buddhism, Taoism. Three other religions say, "There is no God." The first group of three religions have a certain mind. Their whole life is filled with the idea of God, hell, heaven, prayer. The second group of three religions has no prayer because there is nobody to pray to. There is no God, and the very question does not arise. Now, half of the world is communist. They don't believe even in the soul of man, and every child is continuously told that the man is matter, and when the man dies, he simply dies, nothing remains, that there is no soul, consciousness is a byproduct. Now half of the humanity repeats it as the truth. Adolf Hitler can be accused of being absolutely absurd. It seems to be the case that if you repeat anything to people, they will slowly start believing it, and if it has been repeated for centuries, it has become a heritage. Your mind is not yours, and your mind is not young. It is centuries old. 3,000-year-old, 5,000 years old. That's why every society is afraid of anybody creating a doubt about the mind. That's my crime, that I create a doubt in about your mind. And I want you to understand that it is not your mind, and your search should be to be find your own mind. To be under somebody else's impact is to remain psychologically a slave.